We've all seen this image, right? Lord Shiva, the powerful trident, the loyal bull. It's one of the most iconic religious symbols on the entire planet. But what if I told you that it's not just an image? What if it's actually a map, a celestial blueprint that's been hiding in plain sight for thousands of years, written right across the night sky?
So that's the big question, isn't it? Where did this incredible divine image really come from? We're going to go beyond the usual texts and the art to find the source. And believe it or not, the answer has been right above our heads this whole time, just hiding in the patterns of the stars.
To find that answer, we have to start with a really powerful idea, that ancient myths aren't just stories people made up. Nope, they are deeply connected to humanity's oldest science, astronomy. For our ancestors, the night sky was the original canvas for the divine. This idea right here, it frames our whole investigation. And this isn't some modern theory, folks. This is like a window into the ancient worldview. They didn't just invent gods, they looked up and discovered them in the cosmic patterns that govern their lives, their seasons, and their entire understanding of reality.
You know, for civilizations like those in ancient India, the constellations weren't just random dots of light. Oh no, they were characters, they were guides, they were divine beings. They used the stars to track the seasons, to tell their most important stories, and to build entire belief systems. The sky was literally their sacred text.
So, how does this all connect back to Shiva? Well, it all comes down to one of the most recognizable constellations in the sky, Orion, the hunter. And it turns out this single pattern of stars is the celestial blueprint for Shiva himself. And this connection is incredibly old. We're talking way, way back. The Indus people saw a kind of proto-Shiva figure, Pashupati, in Orion. Then later, the Rigvedic people saw their fierce storm god, Rudra, in the very same stars. Over time, all of this evolved into the Shiva we know today. The constellation, though, it remained constant, a celestial anchor for the idea of a powerful sky god.
So here's the crucial point. The cultural idea of the god evolved, but its origin in the stars, that stayed fixed. The god and the constellation are, and pretty much always have been, one and the same.
And this is where it gets truly incredible. Because if Shiva is Orion, then his famous symbols must also be up there in the sky. And you know what? They are. We're about to decode his entire image, piece by piece, using this amazing celestial map.
Let's start with his most famous attribute, right? The Trishula, or trident. It's a symbol of his power over the three worlds. So where could we find a pattern of 3 up there in Orion?
Well, just look at Orion's belt, those 3 bright stars in a perfect line. Ancient observers didn't just see a belt, no way. They saw a triple-pronged weapon, a divine spear. The trident was hiding in plain sight the entire time.
Okay, what about his faithful companion and his ride, Nandi the bull? He's a symbol of strength and faith. Surely he's got to be up there too, right?
Absolutely. Located right next to Orion in the night sky is the constellation of Taurus, the bull. That is not a coincidence. The celestial bull stands faithfully beside the celestial hunter god, just like Nandi always stands beside Shiva. All right, this next part gets even more profound. Shiva is often represented as half male, half female, embodying that divine union with his consort, Shakti. How in the world could something so philosophical be mapped out in the stars? Easy. Just look to the other side of Orion, and you'll find Gemini, the twins. For ancient skywatchers, this became the perfect celestial symbol for divine duality, that balance of masculine and feminine energy that's so central to who Shiva is.
And then, of course, there's Shiva's fiery aspect, the destroyer, the lord of the cosmic dance. And you guessed it, that also has a celestial origin.
Look just above Orion, and you'll find Auriga. To ancient skywatchers, this constellation was sometimes seen as a goat-headed fire deity. So this celestial neighbor provided the perfect mythological link, cementing Shiva's dominion over the element of fire.
So to complete the whole picture, Shiva is also linked to water. I mean, the sacred river Ganges flows from his hair. We found fire, but where's the water in this cosmic map? And there they are. To the northeast of Orion, you find a whole region of the sky known to ancient astronomers as the sea, and it's full of constellations like Aquarius and Pisces. Placing Shiva right next to this celestial ocean completed his mastery over the fundamental elements. It's just perfect. So let's pull all of this together. This isn't just a collection of random coincidences. This is a complete, coherent system.
An entire theology mapped right onto the night sky.
Just think about it for a second. The god himself is Orion. His trident is Orion's belt. His bull is Taurus. His duality with Shakti is Gemini. His connections to fire and water, they come from the neighboring constellations. It's a perfect celestial system.
So ultimately, what this means is that the image of Shiva, revered by millions of people, isn't just a product of human imagination. It's an act of sacred imitation. It's ancient astronomical knowledge, perfectly preserved and passed down through art and story for thousands of years.
And if there was any doubt left, the proof is embedded right in the language itself. One of Shiva's ancient names is Vyomakashan, which literally means the one whose hair is the sky. Wow! The culture never ever forgot where he came from.
And that leaves us with a final, just awe-inspiring thought. We've just decoded one god. But if this story is written so clearly in the heavens, it makes you wonder what other ancient truths, what other divine blueprints are still up there, just waiting for us to look up and read them.